The Bolts eliminate the Habs in Game 6. Everybody break out in tears. Carey Price, you can't talk about him anymore. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I'm in the crease with Tommy C. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to The Crease with Tommy C. And in my crease today is none other than the great alternative captain, Dead on Dave. Yo!
God, it's a beautiful friggin' German day today.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. My parents are here. We went out. We're going to pick up my daughter today. They haven't seen my daughter since 2010.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
That's
very
exciting.
Very exciting. It's also Matt Katsar's birthday today.
Happy friggin' birthday, and I'm glad the Canadians were able to give you a present. That's
right.
That's right, that didn't happen.
Sorry, Matt.
I'm sorry, Maddie.
We'll go into there a little bit. Let's talk about the game. We'll get into Matt Katsar a little bit. I did say, yes, I was absolutely wrong with my ridiculous prediction yesterday, but I was right about this. The goal, Bishop showed up. I think that was the key to the game. Ben Bishop showed up.
Stamkos showed up, too.
And that's like Carey Price played all that bad or anything, but at this stage, if you're not Carey Price all the time, you're going to be out. Steve Stamkos, he seems to be waking up. This might be just more than a one-goal thing, like I don't know, Rick Nash. I think he might be waking up. Very scary for the next opponents. What do you think of this game? Is this a good sign for them in the future? I'm not real confident. I mean, earlier in the season, I've been really confident with the Bolts. It's just their playoff has been, even though they're moving forward, kind of up and down. They never dominate. Played a lot of games, too. What do you think, Dead on Dave?
It's been uneven, but you know what? They played so much better in this round than they did the first round.
That's true.
So I'm thinking that's going to continue to get better. If Stamkos wakes up, watch out who's ever they're playing next. Mm-hmm. But I think we have one big takeaway from this series, and Carey Price, as good as he is, and he's good, cannot win without help. And Montreal's going to have to address that in the offseason.
They're going to address that. Some bigger defensemen, I think, would probably address that. Carey Price did make 24 saves. Bishop only made 18. I think that says a lot about the forwards. Look, I think the Habs need a little more firepower other than Pacioretty, and I think they need bigger defensemen. Screw. I don't know if they're like an advanced stats team. I think the Frenchmen that run that thing are just a little too old-fashioned to be that way. But, yeah. I mean, I often wonder that, and I don't think you can win with just a small team or just a big team or just hitters. I think it's diversity wins the end of the day, or a hot goaltender. Yep. I mean, and it's the way hockey goes. But, yes, the Lightning move on. The Habs are out. And, I don't have to listen about Carey Price anymore.
Well, what does it say about Carey Price? I mean, as good as we're not going to disagree on the fact that he was great this year.
Yeah,
MVP, he wasn't as good in the playoffs, though.
No.
He was nowhere near as lights out as he was in the regular season. And that might be telling. Is Carey Price a guy? Is he a goalie that could take your team in the playoffs to a cup?
Yes, but
is he? Yeah.
He is overrated. And
not this year, he wasn't. He wasn't taking them this year.
The Habs have such a tradition from Ken Dryden to Patrick Waugh of brilliant goaltender situation. I think what happens, it happens a little bit in New York too. So I'm not. I understand, especially original six teams in general. I think there's a habit for everybody to see Ken Dryden and Patrick Waugh on goal, no matter who's in there, even if they're not that good. I can't remember the name, but 10 years ago, this kid got in there. And he's French-Canadian, too, and he was supposed to be the second coming of Price, and I don't remember his friggin' name. He had black hair. Oh, God, it's been a long time. It turns out the guy was a fluke. He had one good season, and that was pretty much, he didn't dominate. I cannot remember the kid's name. It was right around just before I joined the Army, so it's kind of a gray area. But I do think they tend to blow up. I'm not saying Price is good, that he doesn't deserve the best.
Oh, he's great. He's great. He had a great year.
Yeah, sure. But, you can take a guy like Alex Ovechkin, too. He's got all the individual awards on the planet. He's got a handful of, I think, world championships, but he doesn't have a gold medal and he doesn't have a Stanley Cup. The team awards seem to be eluding these guys. And I think being in Montreal, like being in New York, it does sort of bolster maybe how good you are.
A little puffed up, yeah.
I don't want to see, I don't want to sound like an idiot. I'm not saying Carey Price isn't good.
No, that's not what we're saying.
I wouldn't even go to maybe Carey Price is a future Hall of Famer. Maybe I think there's more hype, and it does get me physically ill. Oh, look at the way Carey hugs that post. They all hug the post. I don't know, man. maybe the goaltending terminology is lost on me, but it's just it kind of drives me fucking batshit crazy.
Look, the reality on Carey Price is this: he's not good. He is great this season. He was great. He deserves every accolade that he gets, but that doesn't mean shit in the playoffs. The Lightning, one of the most all over the place teams that we've seen. I mean, they played up and down. At times they played great. Other times they played like shit. Now they're coming together and they were able to take down a very solid team. I think a little overrated in the Canadiens. And, it is what it is. You know, Tampa Bay moves on and the Canadiens go home. And Price is going to have to figure some shit out. And it's just how it is.
I don't know. I'm not really scared of either of those teams. As a Ranger fan, of course, we got to get by the Caps first with this coming.
I think they're a better matchup. I think the Lightning are a decent matchup against either of the teams, to be honest.
We'll get into it. I think tonight's the biggest game of the year, and I think Oldie made it that way. I think Oldie made the biggest game of the year just for the simple fact that he made this guarantee, which I got to be honest with you, makes things more interesting.
It does. And did you see what Trotz said about it?
Yeah, he had to back it up.
I was right.
I
had that.
He said he was okay with it. I
said he loved it.
He had to, though. He couldn't say that was pretty stupid. You know, he can't.
Oh, I don't know. We've seen other coaches in similar positions kind of throw their players, their star players, under the bus. It's happened in other sports. I've seen it. This was an example of a coach. I think you might have been right too. I think he kind of told Ovechkin to do it beforehand.
I get that feeling. Or he said something to pump his ego up, and Elvis is, Marc Messier made predictions.
Once again, I love Trotz.
God, I'm actually have the cough button open. I'm not getting better. I feel a lot better, but I still got a little of shit going on. I think you want to listen to Mac and Czar cry.
Oh, I always want to listen to Mac.
It's not as bad as you think. You know, he's so drained. He's so mentally drained. I'm got a story about him too. But here's Macazar.
I'm just so out of it today. Jeez, I was so motivated, and oh my God, I don't even have the energy to yell at the refs. And the worst part of this is that when the Canadiens lose and Tampa moves on, and if New York Rangers move on, which I hope they don't, I won't know who to root for in that series. Because I can't root for Tampa, they just beat my team. And I can't root for New York because I just hate their guts. I'm praying that Capitals win. Because Rangers, Tampa, fuck. It's like choosing between fucking cancer and AIDS. Just can't make my decision.
He's not very happy. Cue sad puppet.
Oh,
happy
my
birthday,
God.
Matt.
I want. You know what I want to do? I want to fly to his house and give him a hug. I just want to hug him.
I want to give a kick in the balls.
I want to hug him.
I don't know if I can play this next one or not. I'm gonna say
always err on the side of caution.
No, I forgot this one. We'll see. I'll stop it if I have to.
I think I'm bound to lose my virginity.
Yeah, here we go.
Because ever since I joined this team, I think I grew a pair of balls.
Yeah!
So now I just need to find a girl who's willing to suck on those balls. I think I'm due.
What the fuck?
I bet he didn't expect me to air that, did he?
Holy crap.
Good for him. No, I'm all for it. What's wrong with getting your balls sucked? Nothing.
Get those balls sucked.
Get those balls sucked. Just don't let her listen to the show.
Don't let her listen to the show. Or if you do, much later after the balls have been sucked.
Isn't that weird that I want to get like dudes laid?
No, it's not weird at all.
The Shot from the Point team is a bro club.
Yeah, here's the reality. You're old. Your days of sex are coming to an end eventually. You want to make sure that the seed of life continues amongst other young gentlemen you deem worthy. The bros.
The bros.
The bros.
Army taught me how to fucking get laid, and I'm going to pass this beautiful knowledge off to young men. Because here's the best thing I learned.
Tommy C, digital wingman.
It's not even like, it's not like I'm a fucking pimp or anything. It's just, it's about embracing your maleness. And any of these fucking like sensitive fucking hipster types that tell you like, they care about people's individuality and all that shit. First of all, they're bigger phonies because they're just trying to come in some girl too. Just like the guy that's overtly, I want to come inside you.
Yes.
That's I go with that guy. He's honest.
At least he's honest.
The other guy's
best
a fucking
part of that
phony.
whole statement was, I'm not a pimp or anything. That was the best part of that open.
I'm not a pimp, but I just like
Not
there's books dedicated to it. Some of them actually have good advice to attracting women. And I'm not talking about doing like one-liners. Hey, baby, you want to go get a pizza? Yeah, fuck you. What do you mean? What's the matter? My friend Jason used to do this one. He used to go, hey, he would go in a mall. He goes, he'd take a hot chick. He goes, hey, how about a fucking a pizza? And the girl would flip him off. And he goes, what's the matter? You don't like pizza? You know, that was like his favorite. But I mean, that's stupid. But yeah. I think, part of, growing up and being a young guy is attracting women. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all. In
as
fact,
long
most
as you're
of
not
it's how you present yourself.
beating them. I'll go even one step further. You're not, you bang these broads at a party or something like that, and assuming it's consensual, because that's a big thing.
Always consensual.
You're not obligated to call them back. It's called growing up and finding out who the fuck you are, I guess. Finding out what you like.
Sex is so different when you're younger too, because you do feel as obligated. Well, are we boyfriend girlfriend now? Is there a relationship? When you get older, it's.
I had a woman tell me this once. I had a woman tell me this.
Yeah, it's a good story too.
I was dating a girl. I was in my early 20s. She was in her early 30s. Just want to see it, and she just told it to me like this, man. And she's like, to me, she's an older woman, which is funny because she's probably pushing 50 now. Oh God. And she said to me, he's like, if you want to make love, you have to learn how to fuck. And I think there's some truth in that. See, I think that's for everybody. The only difference is it sucks for girls because there's all this like horse shaming out there. Because I think they need to do the same thing. I think you got to get that shit out. And poor Matt wants to fucking get laid. Like, how human is that? And he's fucking, instead of acting like a sensitive, like I'll be your friend. Like, no, I don't have female friends, by the way.
No, you. Really
your wife is like probably the closest thing. It's not like
my wife's probably the closest.
I don't have female friends, and I had a Italian go say I don't have male friends. It's unreal. And especially when you're married. I have acquaintances. I'm people friendly to. I don't like run away and hide. But I don't really have female friends. What are we gonna talk about? Hockey, YouTube. What the fuck? All right. Well, go get laid and welcome to the team.
I've always cherished the female demographic and having friends with.
Yeah.
You learn an awful lot.
Absolutely.
You really do, and it's wonderful.
Absolutely.
They're all people the way I look at it. I like people.
We have a new segment today. Yes, Jersey Jason. Well, he's not happy. He's sad. He grew up in New Jersey, and he's a Ranger fan, which is difficult because you're surrounded by Flyer Islander and Devil fans, and things make him sad. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Absolutely. We all get a little down sometimes.
And he has a tattoo in the state of New Jersey on his face, which never makes anybody happy, right?
That would be always a downer.
I think that was an accident. I don't think it happened on purpose.
Probably not. Yeah.
But
we do that.
Jason wants to speak on hockey with you right now. Here we are. Jersey Jason Letch's new, what is it? Segment. Is that right, Dave?
Segment, yes.
All right, here we go. Here's Jersey Jason.
Well, they may as well just end the fucking season now. First, the two-headed crybaby in Pittsburgh, Malkin and Crosby, go down. Then we lose, everybody's favorite person in the world, Johnny Hockey. And now the first goaltender in the history of the universe. First one to ever play any hockey game ever has been eliminated.
Yeah.
I don't know where we go from here. Season's over.
It's over.
Oh, I'm going to go cry.
Sometimes when you get down... Oh, I was going to do a bit there.
Not too late.
Not too late.
Song ended. What do you want from me?
Well, I don't know. I thought there was more song. I was going to do like one of those like 1960s little poetry things in the middle of a song.
You want to do it now?
No, it's a moment's over.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Yeah, it's okay though.
Let's go cry. Let's go cry. I don't know what we're gonna do now.
You know what we can do?
Well,
Luckily, in Taze we trust.
Yeah.
If you get eliminated tomorrow night, or tonight, I should say. Let me tell you, Tommy. We have a spot for you.
Me.
We have a spot for Lech.
Yes.
We have a spot for Kazar.
Yes.
We got a spot for Link. It's
Yes.
a bigger spot because he's a bigger guy. We even have a spot for Mr. Huffman, a St. Louis fan. Come aboard the Blackhawks train because we're going all the way.
He hates
and
Andrew
we
Saul.
want you, like Uncle Sam, baby.
He hates Andrew Shaw with a bloody passion, and he hates all that drooling over John. He hates drooling. He really, really hates it. Now it's like, like me, like I don't really care if they root for their own team. That makes him insane.
Does it?
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, he's a homer. String him up. That's it. Yeah, he needs to
Stone him.
I think he's gonna start doing bits. I think he's in an indoctrination phase, sort of like Devils fan. But Devils fan, we're gonna indoctrinate him for years on end, and actually never take him in, just because it's funny.
This is the worst fraternity ever.
Yes,
for you, buddy.
Yes. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's because we love Devils fan stuff, but he's too young.
We gotta push him.
He's got to show. He's got a 2-year wait, and I got to see where if he's first of all he starts getting laid, he'll drop the whole thing, and then he's got to go. Yeah. So I think 18. He's got to show me for the next 2 years how dedicated he is. And I'm not making the same mistake Cronin did and take fucking Jaron at fucking 12 or ever. I know he's lying because he talks real deep. But he's got to start giving.
The kid's got an internship.
The kid's got an internship. Exactly. Jersey. Devils fan. Is an internship. I've been trying to sweet talk fucking Lech for years to be a part of this, and I think we're gonna go in, and he might give us really sad stuff like that.
That's awesome. I'm glad he's gracing us with his presence.
I am. He's very much it. You know what he said to me?
What do you say?
This is so weird because the whole channel is based off of it's two things. It's this guy Michael Moore that I heard when I first joined the Army, who did like a shock jock show. And it's mixed in with me and Jason's like hockey experiences when all our friends like went away to college and we were kind of stuck in Woodbridge alone. So just a bunch of idiots talking about hockey. And I always thought that could be funny and it'd sell. I realize it's niche, but I always think it was well. But he's starting to realize that, and that's why he's gonna get a little, but he's gonna get his balls busted. He's going to get treated like a rookie, and he's gonna go through all this. But I think he's gonna pass for flying colors. And then and also he works nights. Like overnights in the East Coast, so it's going to be kind of difficult to bring him in. But he can always be part of the show by sending us
gold like that.
Yeah, gems like that. I told you these guys fucking gold.
Keep it up, bud.
But don't be mad, Devils fan, at me. By the way, you're in an internship. You're too young to be a part of this team. You're too young, but you're fucking funny as hell, and you're gonna get funnier, especially when you go to college.
Subjective. You might get funnier.
You listen to you. I like him. He's funny.
I like him too.
I like him. He's funny.
He just talks.
He's gonna get better. He's gonna get better when he get thrown out of his sophomore year of college for doing coke in the dorms. He's all ours. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You're on an internship.
That's okay. The booger sugar is good for us.
But
not to use.
But Jason's kind of on. We're gonna probably fast track him, and we also got to figure out his schedule and what he can give us. But if he gives us stuff like that. He gives us stuff like that. He's getting in. And
he's gonna have my job eventually. He lived this life. He knows it.
He lived it. So did you. Believe me. This is a new chapter of the old days.
I lived a different world.
Listen to Stern and Pharrell.
There you go.
I didn't know Jason doesn't know this. I got blocked by Pharrell.
Did you really?
Because I thought I'm a mark.
You weren't in Fuego.
I fell.
Got Pharrell, CBS Radio.
I fell for the Cronin thing. Not initially. But then when he said something nasty to Cronin via Twitter, then I said, "What are you yelling at him over? You're a fucking cokehead that lost your fucking for 2 marriages." And then he blocked me immediately.
You did fall for it a little.
I fell for it initially. By the time I wrote that, I didn't, but I was still angry when I told.
I don't know how you fell for it.
No, I fell for it initially. I'd be honest. You know why I fell for it? Because he recorded it as like a phone call.
He did.
Yes, and that's what fooled me. And then that was it. What else is going on?
There's a few stories. I don't know if you have these queued up or not.
Give me your stories. Why don't you do the news for a change? Go ahead.
We got it. Yeah, I'll take over a little bit of news here. Jack Eichel, who's probably going to be Eichel. He's probably going to be the number 2 pick in the draft this year. He scores the winner for Team USA as they win Group B.
Yeah,
Not bad. Over Slovakia.
Oh, not a slouch team. They used to be better, but not a slouch team. That's fucking fantastic news.
I like that kid.
Was that the qualifying game, or was a quarterfinal?
This was
Was that yesterday?
I don't know. It just says Hockey World Championship on Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Tuesday? Well, I thought they were already. Maybe they have this still.
This was yesterday. It happened.
Maybe
he finished first in Group B with 6 wins and 1 loss. The result means the U.S. will meet Switzerland in the quarterfinals. So it was the qualifier.
Okay, so they were already qualified. So it was a nothing game, but they beat them 5-4 though.
Yeah.
So they were already.
This clinched them winning Group B.
Okay, because they qualified, I think, last game, but they clinched this time. Okay.
Yes.
God, Canada routed Austria 10-1.
Oh God.
That's gonna be a tough win because
how good do we think Eichel is, man? He looks good.
I probably should watch more games, but I'm not gonna fucking bullshit anybody. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I know. I don't watch enough college hockey. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it to run this channel.
I think the feel, though, is he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be as good as McDavid, but
look, I've seen a lot more of McDavid because I watch his videos, and watching McDavid is like watching like a 30-year-old man play with fucking 7-year-olds, you know? And that's usually a damn good side. The guy's going to be good. I think McDavid's going to be good. I think I've seen enough videos. You know, not like I'm a fucking, mega expert here, but I'm more comfortable with it. Eichel, look, most of the time I got to with hockey when they have like these sure shots like Eichel and Crosby and stuff like that, and they're usually right. Let's just put it that way. Usually, there are cases against crash and burns, but 9 times out of 10, they're right. So
you're an expert.
That's right. Yeah,
that's right.
So I don't know. I can't put my. I'm not comfortable with saying anything about Eichel just yet. Is he? Here's the thing. He's probably going to be good because everybody says he is.
Yeah. Here's what we do know about him. This is what we can say definitively about the kid. He scored the game-winning goal to clinch Group B for Team USA. At 18
that says
years
a lot
old.
about him because he's playing with full-time NHLers over there, or at least guys that are in the KHL. So that's a good. Is it the best team? Would everybody be on the Olympic USA team that's on the world? No, but those are good. They're good. They're good hockey players over there.
He played with men. He didn't play with boys. He didn't play with college kids. He played with men, and he's played well.
And he hangs. Yeah. And Eric Lindros did that too. He played for I think in the Canada Cup prior to actually joining the NHL when he was fighting with Quebec with his fucking crazy parents. Worked out great, didn't it? He should be retiring now. Instead, he retired fucking years ago. Fucking Eric Lindros. Ugh.
You love Lindros.
No, he's dead. Big Lindros.
You got to hate on for that, man.
You got anything else?
Yes, I do. This is a little near and dear to my heart because he's a former Blackhawk. Steve Montador's family sues the NHL due to the CTE findings on their deceased child.
Have you confirmed? Because I saw an article yesterday. He had drug problems.
He did have drug problems. We know that he did have drug problems.
It's the thing. Like, all right, I don't know that CT caused his death. CT caused his death or the NHL any more than I do the drugs he do. Here's what I do know: Bob Provert, drugs, CTE. Okay, absolutely. Chris Benoit, drugs, CTE. Not a hockey player, but he belongs to the list. Wade Ballack, drugs, CTE. Derek Bugard, drugs, CTE.
Yep.
Mark Rippon, I think that was his name, right?
Dave Duerson.
Drugs. See, here's a comment. I mean, look, there was fighting in hockey and concussions in hockey before, 2004. And the thing is, like, they always say the same thing, like, because it's so ambiguous. The NHL didn't do enough or they didn't do anything. Yeah. Well, we've mentioned this 100 times before. Pat LaFontaine had a special helmet made. Or they didn't start doing anything until 2010. And they hid the doctor's rules.
Here's the interesting thing. The way I'm looking at it a little bit more interesting.
It's a fucking money grab is all it is.
I don't think it's a money grab. See, that I was always thinking it was a money grab. Then I looked at some of the players that families were suing on behalf of, and the estates were healthy and they were making money. It's not like it was a money grab. I believe that when a player dies like this, and you got to remember, Montador did have a concussion the last season that he played in 2012, and then he never played again. When somebody dies like that, a family might not know how to process it properly. And the last thing they want to do is just accept the fact that their son or their daughter or whoever did this was a psychopath or had problems or couldn't deal with their lives and did drugs and killed themselves. It's not what they want to deal with.
Well, I didn't say that with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a fucking junkie, and then his family dreamed up this way to say that he was murdered. He wasn't murdered. He hired a doctor to give him fucking drugs that he wasn't supposed to get, and he fucking died from it. And you're right. You're absolutely right.
But here's the interesting thing. When you're believing that, when you develop that story in your head and you decide to buy into it, and there are facts that can kind of corroborate it, and in this situation there kind of is, because the last thing that happened to Montador before he stopped playing was a concussion. And the Canadian Sports Concussion Project on Tuesday released a report that said Montador's autopsy showed the widespread presence of CTE throughout his brain. Prior to his death, Montador suffered from depression, erratic behavior, and problems with his memory. So it's not irrational in some ways for a family to make that connection.
Sure.
And try to, at the very least, if it's not about the money, it's to make the legacy of their son not completely dark.
All right. I
kind of get that.
I get all that. But here's the thing. Hockey's dangerous. This guy had something in common with all the other guys, drugs. And, they said they did not enough. This is a contact sport. And my fear is, doing enough is making it a non-contact sport. And everybody's like, oh, that'll never happen until it does. And then we'll say, well, it just got too dangerous. Well, no, it's not really. I mean, yeah, it's faster, but it's always been dangerous. Yeah. It's
never going to change unless we get rid of the sport.
Professional sports and drugs never fucking mixed, and they never did.
The funny thing is,
I think you should do drugs or do professional sports. One of the two.
Well, look at it this way, too. Even if they get rid of a lot of the dirty hitting, let's say they're able to somehow eliminate all headshots. There's a way that they can foolproof it, which is impossible.
Yeah, I know.
What's next? Because we had a hit that you and I argued about the other day.
Yeah, sure.
That was bang, bang, hockey play. I really was. Even if it was somewhat premeditated, it was still a turn into another individual.
Yeah.
There's no way that will ever stop unless you get rid of hockey. Not the game. Hockey's got to be stopped.
Hockey the way we know it. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Because as long as there are, 10 people on the ice at all times, moving around at high speeds, on skates, on ice, they're gonna collide.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, Dave. And I think the people that are attacking this and guys like Chris Nowitzki, I think they absolutely 100% know that. And it might look like I have a tinfoil hat. I see the insane behavior of feminists, especially aimed towards athletes. You see the Duke lacrosse thing and stuff like that. I do get the impression that the ultimate goal, maybe not the goal for today or tomorrow or maybe even 10 years from now, is to get men away from contact sports. I mean, that's really what I think. It's like, you hear the word toxic male behavior. So what they're going to do is like, well, look, toxic male behavior killed these young men. But we're never, I mean, I had to dig through the internet. And the only reason I got hip to Steve Montador having a drug problem, by the way, I know a lot of people have a drug problem. It doesn't make them a bad person. I'll get into that a little later.
That's very true.
Daniel Carcillo, I knew had a drug problem. Yeah. Right? But I have seen the media does not put the fact that these people all had drug problems because they're dropping it, because that's the argument against Bugart and Ballack and Rippon and Bob Provert. Bob Provert couldn't play in Canada for 5-6 years because he had to wait till the statute of limitations of rape ran out. Former Chicago Blackhawk and Detroit Red Wing. So, I mean, these people had crazy fucking lifestyles, and that usually ends pretty badly for the most part. I mean, I can't believe Chris Nyland's still walking around, all the crazy shit that he did. So I have look, I know it's dangerous. I know you pay a price. Boxers know that before they get in the bang. Look at Mike Tyson. Look at Evander Holyfield. The way he sounded 20 years ago.
Evander Holyfield's probably never even done drugs. But he's got hit in the head enough to make him fucking loopy. That's why he was married to a brain surgeon for most of his life. Yeah. Try to limit the damn damage.
Yeah, sure.
Jeez.
Sure. God, poor guy. I mean, you sacrifice a lot for that kind of money. And if there is any way to eliminate or make it safer without really changing the game, but there's a certain amount of risk. Otherwise, if there's no risk, there's no entertainment.
Absolutely.
We like Michael Roosevelt because he kept playing defense after he fucking snapped his ankle.
That was great.
Yeah. But that's who they are. That's why we like this sport. That's why I think because you were an anti-hockey guy for years. But I see the stuff that we used to read about, for baseball players and football players in the 50s and 60s, we see it on a nightly basis in the National Hockey League.
Yeah,
that's why we're trying to protect fighting and hockey. We're trying. It's still there. Yeah. My father used to talk about Subway Series with the Dodgers. I had that. I had Devils and Rangers when I was a kid. Yeah. I didn't have the Mets and the Yankees.
It almost feels like sometimes we're fighting for the soul of hockey. Times,
that's exactly what Don Cherry and friggin' what's his face do every week.
Yeah,
that's that. With McKinsey or whatever. I can't even think of his name now.
When people ask me why I've gotten out of football as much as I have, because I was arguably one of the biggest football pushers. I mean, I'm a stat machine when it comes to it. I'm a freak of nature. I can boil it down to one simple sentence: hockey doesn't have as many pussies. That really is what it comes down to.
As many. Do they have them? Sure.
Sure.
But it's like almost good. Like having was Sean Avery bad for the NHL? I wouldn't even say he was a pussy, but he was definitely a different. Was he really bad?
I love that man. He's entertaining at least.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Yeah.
I mean, basically quit because he says he wasn't entertaining anymore. I realize that my gray hair is starting to show because I cut my hair. It's pissing me off. I am a really egomaniac, aren't I?
A little bit. Hey, I like the short hair.
Yeah, but I have gray now. Like I realize my dad is like.
Well, they got Just for Men. Maybe they can sponsor us.
No. I'll go white. Like I'll go white like an Irish.
No, let's get sponsored by Just for Men. You're of that age.
I kind of want to go white. I don't really have a problem with it.
You want to go white?
Yeah, you know what?
I look like Kevin
I realized
Nash?
it the other day. I'm better looking now than I was in my early 20s, and I was in shape. Like, because my face, my head, like I look like a man now. Like when I was a kid, when I was 27, I looked like I was 15. So like now, the wrinkles coming in. I'm just looking manlier.
Yeah,
manlier, trying to get 18-year-old, 19-year-old boys laid.
You want me to scar up your face for you?
No,
but a nice little, small one.
I got plenty of hockey scars.
Like right here, just a small one, and it can look badass.
Here's the broken jaw. Well, that's TMJ, but
did that just click?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's awesome.
Oh shit! I got caught. Ow.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Ugh. That's
Play
TMJ,
with your broken jaw.
That's TMJ, but I didn't get it like really, really bad, like to be able to dislodge it until I broke my jaw.
Don't play with your broken jaw. Didn't
or TMC
Jesus.
or whatever it's called. And then I got let's see. I'm gonna fucking brag, do the fucking Jaws scene.
You're gonna go through the list?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna actually. Yeah, I gotta use the camera. If you see that was that scar right there. That was a punch to the head of the locker room after I yelled at my own teammate. I got something somewhere else. I forget. That's the other one. I got one over here too, but I don't think I can get. Can I get that close? Nah, I can't really get it. But yeah, that was some fucking hockey fight. But I think that was my own teammate.
You're an equal opportunity agitator.
No, the guy said the guy said I wasn't hustling. That's
so you went after him because he said you were
fuck
sandbagging?
You don't talk to me that way. I was like, stop me, Then he called me to apologize later. We were like one of those guys that punched each other and fucking.
I've had friends like that.
Yeah. But I left.
I've had family members.
The guy kind of busted me open. I kind of couldn't stay in the team after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was okay with it. They were like, because I think somebody beat him up or something afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It was like
so the bastard got his.
Yeah, but I was realizing these guys are crazy. These guys are fucking nuts. Oh Jesus, Martin Brodeur. Since it's being said that since I guess Fred Shuro's moving in and and that makes me think that Lou Lamoriello has been kind of forced out of the GM spot. Yeah,
it's possible
that Marty's going to stay in Jeff Huffman land.
He doesn't want a deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
He doesn't want a deal.
You got anything else?
One minor thing. Just a quick question I wanted to pose to you. Sure. There's a new rumor, little scuttlebutt going around the NHL that the possible dark horse for Mike Babcock's services are, gasp, the Flyers. And the young core that they have in place, obviously led by Giroux, might be enough to tempt friggin' Babcock to them. What do you think of that? Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't know what the fuck Babcock wants because he's going to like.
That's very true.
Like, he's going to. We heard he's going to Buffalo without McDavid now, but I mean maybe Eichel, that interests him too.
Sure.
We heard rumors about him going to Toronto possibly. I mean, obviously he's not going to. He's going. He's gone. He's going to be somewhere else, and it's going to be probably just after or during the Stanley Cup final. We'll find out where he goes. That's my guess.
It wouldn't surprise me if Edmonton comes a calling either. I don't know because they're going to need to sell Connor McDavid on Edmonton. And what better way to do that than bring in a guy like Babcock?
Yeah, that'd be
so it wouldn't surprise me.
But I wonder if Babcock knows. I think if the culture's too far gone over there, I think he's smart enough to stay away.
That's true.
That's
true.
Everybody talks about who's that? Vince Lombardi. My father always points out that fucking team was awesome, and he knew right when they got old, he knew to get out, and that's why he became so legendary because he fucking had this ridiculous team and he got out. I think Babcock, and I think that's a lot of the reasons why he's leaving Detroit because I think Zetterberg and Datsuk's big days are behind them, and maybe he knows a little more about their development system, and maybe it's development systems go through high points and low points too. So
Sure.
I'm not sure what he wants. I like the idea of him being in Toronto, but maybe the Kyle Dubas advanced stats things turns him off.
Well, I think he wants to see them. I don't know. Maybe name a GM first.
Yeah.
That might help him make a decision if they actually name the GM, because they haven't done that yet.
Sounds like Bathcock to me. It's Babcock.
I hope that I wonder if he's the type of guy that wants a challenge. If he wants a challenge, Edmonton's got a shot, and so does Buffalo, because you got to change the culture, like you were saying, and that's a really hard thing to do.
I wish his name was Dom Clean Dick.
Don Clean Dick.
I'm getting a little annoyed with Bathcock, I'll be honest with you, because
you seem to always have something about that name.
Yeah, because it says
part of the reason why I like Barry Trotz is because his name is a euphemism for shit.
Barry Trotz.
It's brilliant.
No, it's not that. It's like I don't like this. Like, where's he going? Who fucking cares?
Well, because it's so sports radio-ish.
Yeah, I know. Like, where do you think Mike Babcock's gonna end up, Dave? Oh, tune in today in the Crazy
See, this is the reaction that I wanted when I posed the question.
Where is? Could he go to Buffalo? Los Angeles maybe in the market. Oh, God damn it. Shut the fuck up and take the job.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that makes me crazy.
I know.
Just thinking about it.
It's wonderful.
And I wish his name was Dom Clean Dick.
At least the story would be more interesting for you then. Where's Clean Dick going? Is Clean Dick going to go to Anaheim? Is he going to Buffalo? Find out where Clean Dick goes next week.
By the way, I know it's Babcock, but let's face it. Listen to TV next time. All you hear is people do say Bathcock all the time. Yeah, so it's like, wow, he's a really clean. He has nice hair and a really clean, matte, like well-maintained pubic hair and dick.
Maybe it's Babcock by name, Bathcock by reputation.
Doesn't he look a lot like John Kerry if he had gray hair, Bathcock?
Oh, now that you say, I could see him flipping pancakes trying to get votes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember Kerry going on the pancake tour?
Changing his mind all the time. Being before he's against it. I would have rather had Mike Clean Dick over it in
John Kerry
as a president. Yeah, I didn't like John.
I'm gonna flip pancakes. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Hell? Really?
Fucking John. I like being in Iraq and like get an education. Don't be stupid and end up in Iraq. Yeah, fuck you, asshole. Didn't he say that when we were there? Or just before we left?
And while McCain's like, well, just don't get caught.
Yeah, I remember he got really indignant about it first. He's like, I'm sick of people that didn't wear the uniform calling me out because, he was a fucking big war hero and shit.
Well,
I remember thinking,
how long was he held?
What's that?
How long was he held in a Vietnamese fucking
No, you're thinking
camp?
He wasn't held anywhere. And
that was the story at the time.
No, you're thinking of fucking you're thinking of the other guy. You're thinking of the guy from Arizona. He was never
McCain.
a POW. You're thinking McCain. I'm talking about
I said McCain.
Yeah, I'm talking about Kerry though.
Yeah, well,
Kerry's a little different. McCain's men respected him, and McCain's mad at himself for giving up shit when he was being tortured. Kerry, his men hated him so much that they tracked him down to the day that he would run for president so they could sabotage it because they hated him so much.
They hated him.
He got swift-boated. Fucking.
Oh, so you got 2 Purple Hearts, huh?
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
Yeah. Well, they think here's the thing. Like a lot of people don't know that. It's like when you're a commander, you put yourself in for your Purple Heart.
You put yourself in for recommendation.
Now, I'm not saying none of them weren't legitimate, but
sure.
Let's face it. If you get a scratch, it's easier to get a fucking Purple Heart when you're captain or some shit like that. Well, they don't call them captains in the Navy, but you know what I mean. 2 bars.
Yeah.
They hated his guts. They fucking hated his men. Hated it. All there was 2 guys that supported him. 1 actually went on TV for president. 3 didn't want to get involved. 1 was dead, and the rest of them wanted to let the whole planet know that this guy should not be your president. And they were right, as far as I'm concerned.
I almost got a Purple Heart for cutting my thumb off, almost.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, it was during a part of a mission. And
getting those fucking awards is who you know. Or is
I didn't get one.
Or you guaranteed one. Like, if you get shot, that's not a guarantee you're getting a Purple Heart, okay?
No, it's not.
Especially if the unit hates you.
Yeah.
Especially if the unit hates you. If you get shot and it's like something bounces off and you're able to recover, but you had the bullet in, they had to take it out, and then you can get up the next day, which, by the way, doesn't normally happen, but it does. Usually, if it skims off or something like that. If the unit hates your guts,
doesn't matter.
You're not getting a Purple Heart.
Not getting it.
You're not a Purple Heart. If you blow your leg off It doesn't matter if they hate you or not.
Yes. If you lose enough body parts,
Yeah, there's no way around it. And there's probably a few assholes like, I don't want this guy to move up in his career. Well, no, it's over. They're probably happy to see it go.
Right. Take your colostomy bag and move on.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, God. Oh, God, that was awful. But
I
you're right.
know.
That's the thing, but you're right.
It's
You're fucking
true.
right,
I've
Dave.
seen
You're
it
100%
happen.
right. I mean, this is the ugly part of fucking being
I've
a
seen
soldier.
it happen.
Nobody wants to talk to you.
And we're not army bashers.
Oh, God.
We're
Oh, God. Oh, let's
very proud of ourselves.
Let's somebody got hurt downrange that nobody liked, and everybody was really sad to see him go. Like, that happens. That never happens. There's not always tears. Most of the time there is. Most of the time there is. I'll say that. But sometimes people go.
Dead.
Sometimes people go, and nobody misses them.
Glad he's not dead. Glad he's in the rear.
Yeah.
You know? Glad he's back there now.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Good he's not dead.
We'll always give you the straight talk here in the military.
Yeah.
We really don't bullshit them here, do we?
We've seen the best and worst of the military.
Yeah, and mostly it's good. I'd say it's fucking like, it's like 80-20. I think that's
80-20, yeah, I think that's
good
fair.
people. That's pretty good fucking numbers.
It's a better ratio than fucking real life.
Yes. No, there's
Jesus,
better people.
sure.
That I can guarantee. Including Germany, including New Jersey. Because these are people that get up every day and they want to do good and shit for the most part.
Right,
You know?
basically.
Most people don't. They don't even have fucking any idea. I'm looking at some more headlines. Ryan Callahan's addictomy. I mean, appendectomy. What do you think of that? You think it's really the Bolts kind of responded?
You know what? That's definitely the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to play again in the playoffs. I don't see
know.
him playing again. That's serious surgery.
You know what?
That's rallying around a fallen leader. Because Callahan is a leader of that team.
He's a role guy.
Question.
Yeah, and he knew he was going to be. We knew he was traded. I mean, he's captain of the New York Rangers, for Christ.
He's that guy.
He's a character player, and maybe that was it. Maybe that's why they kicked Montreal's ass so much. Let's win one for the Callahaner. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
That could be it.
Let's win one for the Mick. Let's do it.
Last thing, New York Rangers, Game 7. Maybe this may be a legendary match. Ovechkin's guarantee, playing the Rangers, the Messier comparisons. The Rangers coming back for a 3-0 lead. Here's something to point out, but I got to be honest with you. This shit's got to end sometime, too. Fucking Caps like 4-12 with Ovechkin in closing series out. You know that? That's not good numbers.
Even worse, they're 0-4 in Game 7s with Ovechkin.
Super. And then fucking look at the Rangers numbers with closing it out in Madison Square Garden. I mean, we're talking, there's been some famous moments in the Rangers.
Metal behind
him.
Oh,
yeah,
this
one.
Metal!
There's your Game 7, bitches.
There it is.
But
now, the question is, are we going to get that moment tonight? What moment are we going to see tonight? That's exciting. That's exciting to me.
I'm really scared. I don't know, man.
I'm excited.
You know what
way,
it is? Because
it's exciting.
It's like this. Like Ovechkin's going to cement his story as a legend because now we all know he's going to Hall of Fame, right? But this is like remember the time he predicted that game against the Rangers? You know.
And then he scores the game-winning goal in overtime, beating Lundqvist one-on-one. Oh, yeah. Great.
What's going to happen tonight, Dave? Dead on, Dave.
Well, I'm going to stick with my prediction. I had the Caps in 7. I was reluctant to do so because I really like this series. But I'm going to stick with the Caps. I think they've let this series go enough. And I'm going to say this is the time where Ovechkin stops being a choking dog because those Caps are choking dogs. And I like to always go with the choking dogs. They're going to choke. It's their MO. Mm-hmm. But tonight I got a feeling, and I'm sorry to say, because I love the Rangers. I really do.
I know you do.
I do. I have a lot of respect for that team, but I just got a feeling it's Ovechkin's time. And so, yeah, I'm thinking not only am I going with the Caps, I'm going with the Caps in overtime. I think we're going to have an epic game.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because I feel the same.
That was not the reaction I was expecting.
What do you want from me? Fucking scared.
Are you going to watch the game with your old man?
No, it's because on at midnight. He can't stay up that late.
Why not?
Because my father's fucking
so what?
a million years old. That's why.
Don't take a nap. Take a nap and get up.
I ain't going to work. Believe me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably not going to be able to sleep tonight, and then I have to get up tomorrow and drag. Oh, God, tomorrow's going to be a nightmare. I spent the whole fucking day yesterday trying to find a Catholic church because tomorrow's Ascension Day.
Oh, that's right.
But I had to do it in German, which they were kind of impressed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Them schooling is paying off.
Yeah, I fucking hate my guts at that school. I fucking Croatian Muslim girl hates me, and I hate her. I think she hates me. Well, I really hate her. So even if she does,
So even if she doesn't, it doesn't change things.
she fucking reads like whenever you're trying to read. Like I don't know if I'm saying shit right all the time, but I'm actually good at reading or lesen.
Yeah.
And I look at the teacher sometimes if I had trouble, but there's some pronunciation rules you can look at German with and follow them. If it ends in an e, it's like let me think of like a raspa or something like that. It's like a last name. So it ends in e. It always ends like that. If it's ish, which is I in the sentence, then the verb will be with the e at the end and stuff like that. So you'll read, and then she'll like fucking either correct you or read along with you.
Oh,
because
she's
hot, and she's hot, and nobody will tell her to shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh, fuck, I know.
She's the pet and she's hot? Oh.
See, I don't know. Maybe you can ask your wife, because I want to say Heidi Klappa, which is a nice way to say shut up. But I don't want to say Heidi. I want to say Heiz Maul, which is like...
Say Heidi Flessa.
Shut the fuck up. I do. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. I want to say that. I have said Heidi Klappa a few times. No, I haven't. I'm lying. I didn't have the balls.
I knew that was a lie. I wasn't going to call you out when I knew that was a lie.
I did do this. This 100% is like, I looked at the other guy. I said, du lesen or ish? And I said, are you reading or are you reading or me? And but that was a Romanian dude. It wasn't her. I wish I had done it to her. And he seemed really remorseful. He said like the
you shamed somebody. Nice.
Well, he said the really polite version of it. You could say Entschuldigung, or you can say es tut mir leid, which is like super duper polite.
Super polite, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of almost submissive,
Yeah, I use that a lot when I'm apologizing for my
because it's directly German. Sorry, but sorry is stronger in German than it is in German. Sorry is like Entschuldigung as far as strength's concerned, but it's a direct translation to es tut mir leid. Mir leid. I don't mind problems. You sorry is sorry. I mean, but there's like degrees of sorry, and people that don't speak two languages, like me, don't understand that. No. Although Deb in Texas lived over here. She lived down in Stuttgart. You know that?
Yeah, I think she said that before.
Yeah, she knows some German.
I think that's awesome, man. And Deb does seem to get it. So yeah.
I think she
I lost my train of thought for a second.
She kind of gets us. She told me, like,
she gets no.
I don't. She's like, I don't know.
She
said to me, like, when I said something really obnoxious, like, and she's like, I don't know. She said to me one time, she's like, sometimes you confuse me. Like, I think like she's still debating whether I'm a scumbag or not.
Well, she gets me because everything she sends me on Twitter is fucking awesome. I love everything.
We love her to death. And if
Deb.
If I was younger, man, she'd be treated the way she should be treated. But we were born too far apart, and that's a damn shame. It's actually kind of sad if you think about it. Yeah. The whole thing's fucking sad.
Strangers in the night.
We should have met each other. Deb. I was born in 1976, and that's a goddamn shame because you were born in, I don't know, probably like 2000 for fuck's sake. I'm getting married this weekend, and maybe not this lifetime. Maybe next lifetime. And we can live together in relationship, bliss, you and me. In that next generation. When hockey players never get concussions.
Gonna get concussions.
And nobody ever gets hurt.
Oh, nobody gonna get hurt.
Nobody gets hurt. And I was gonna say something really fucking horrible, and I just totally caught myself. I mean, it was funny, but it's like going way over where I wanted to go. She is 20.
You had to pump the brakes there.
Yeah. We're getting married, man.
Yeah, you get married. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be exciting. I bought a jacket.
I'm gonna bring camera.
Very excited about it.
Some of the video.
I'm gonna be really uncomfortably hot because it's partly wool because that was the cheapest thing I could find.
Oh God, you gotta wear. Oh God, that's fun. Just take the jacket off after fucking. I don't care. I just didn't want to go dressed like you are now. That was my biggest concern.
What the hell? Why would I do that?
Because it's funny.
You know what I was gonna do?
Yeah.
We got the script for the wedding, right? What I have to say. I almost was gonna say, you know what? Fuck this, and I was gonna come out and go, marriage. Knowing is what brings us here together.
Yeah. And you
today,
and
because you would appreciate that.
And one guy would have got. Don't you dare do that! I'll kick you in the face.
You would have appreciated that because it's Princess Bride.
Yes, I know it is.
Do you have the wing?
Well,
right? What are you
I
gonna
don't
do,
know where
Jason?
we go from here.
I don't know. Where do we go from here, Jason?
Season's over. I'm gonna go cry.
Oh my God.
Yeah! Last night in the National Hockey League, the Habs come up short, real short. 4-1. Tampa Bay moves on to the Eastern Conference Final game.
That's right. And they're awaiting the Caps, I have a feeling.
So what does that mean? What does it all mean? It's a double rainbow. That means the Caps will be against the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden. Not a good record for Game 7s for the Caps. Rangers have great record at home. But let's face it, this is Stanley Cup playoffs, so none of that shit really matters.
Something's gotta give.
This is the here and the now, Dave. None of that stuff matters. It's all superstition. And you know what I feel about. You know how I feel about superstition, right? Get out of my face, superstition!
People tend to simplify that love is an old time cry. It's such a love of life they love because it's the only way to don't cry and go. No. I see you looking to love. You're so fucking right. I know you're looking to
Well, may as well just end the fucking season now.